All right, so today and tomorrow we are going to be continuing our worldwide tour of SW9s, and in today's video, as you can see, we are going to be running a SW9 team here without Sparxie, and we are going to be substituting Sparxie in for the Elation MC. And I'm curious how this team is going to be functioning in overall raw damage capabilities for SW9. And another key aspect that we have to keep in mind when it comes to Silver Wolf 9s is her hidden MMR generation, because it is the key component in ordering to making her overall damage absolutely powerful. I will also have a separate video discussion when it comes to the damage comparison as well as overall flexibility and capability of SW9s. So right here, just instantly, boom, we're at 19. That's great, fantastic. We can use the basic, and then we are going to be using AoE here. Boom, very good damage. And I'm curious to see just how much overall damage that SW9 is going to be capable of providing. Because I do think it is absolutely important. So we want to make sure we get the ultimate off with SW9s, so that once we do enter this additional aha instance because of Yao Guang, boom, we'd not only get more punchline generation, but our overall damage is going to be increasing dramatically. And you also have to keep in mind is that we need more and more of that punchline, more of that MMR for Silver Wolf's damage to absolutely start skyrocketing. And you can see here, boom, we're going to be reaching over 1 million with the enhanced basic attacks. So very, very good to see that. We'll also be using this, boom. Okay, now we got speed increases for everybody. We are also going to be providing energy regeneration for everybody with Huohuo's ability. Jumping over here now, let's go ahead and see what we're at. So right now we're at 200 speed. That is ideal. That's what you realistically want to be at. You're not going to be at that 260, which is the extreme max cap when it comes to her speed capabilities, but reaching that 200% allows you to get a massive amount of additional elation damage bonus. So we are at that 100% crit rate bonus now, obviously with the help of Yao Guang's light cone providing an additional 10% crit rate and additional 30% crit damage. Just is very good inherently for an SW9's team, also because of the fact that she's able to further boost her own elation, and speed is very critical. But I do think a key factor why people sleep on the overall capability and support aspect of this light cone is the additional increase to crit rate and crit damage. But yeah, so at this current moment we are at 267, which is again extremely good. So I want to make sure I get more of that punchline generation, and by doing that so we were at 1.1 previously, right? Well, we're eclipsing that already. It's crazy how much damage this team is going to be capable of providing in the long run. Okay, now so we are going to be further increasing that overall damage additionally with SW9s. Boom. Yeah, they don't do a whole lot. How much are we doing here with Silver Wolf? 737,000. Incredible. Boom. All right, now we can see how much we do to a single target. Are we going to be reaching that 1 million? Maybe pushing it. 749,000. Still an absolute massive amount of damage. Boom. Okay, so I am going to be using AoE because I want to try to be able to get the ultimate with the Elation MC a lot quicker, simply because of the fact that you're able to further increase the instance for a specific character, and that is ideal. Boom, and then already almost there. Fantastic. So now what we're going to be doing, healing up. Great. Yep, give me all that. And then we are going to be doing that. Almost there. The basic attack honestly should be able to get us to the ultimate. Boom, there we go. Make sure we do that. Get the elation damage bonus. Get the increased ultimate ability with the Silver Wolf, so that we also have the additional instance. You can see that. Let me just flat out say that my SW9 is not perfectly built, or I'm sorry, Elation MC is not perfectly built. I just threw some quick relics on just so we can get an overall basic idea what the overall damage is going to be looking like, and you can see the damage numbers are absolutely insane. 1.2, extremely strong. Boom. And we also have another instance of the mystery box capability from SW9s, and then boom, we already have another aha instance doing a lot of damage while also increasing the overall MMR capability. Okay, good. We did what, 1.1? Okay, well, that's already up. The overall damage is actually higher, and you have to keep in mind that the reason why Huohuo is so good is you get the healing capability. Especially at E1, you get the speed increase, and she is going to be very pivotal when I even do Sparxie, because I'll be swapping you out with Sparxie. We'll see how the team does overall. But because of the healing, the attack bonus is not necessarily the greatest. It is useful. However, something that is very pivotal is the energy regeneration that Huohuo is actually providing. It is huge and massive. Yeah, the team is just ridiculously strong, even without Sparxie. I definitely see a benefit to having both characters on the team, and I do think that SW9s performs at her absolute pinnacle when it comes to having both of them, right? But I do see a situation where if you don't have one or the other, who should you get? Well, that is what we're ultimately going to be trying to figure out at the end of both of these showcases, and we'll be talking about who realistically is more valuable. Boom. Yep. Very good. Very good. Give it to Sparxie. Now we have that again, and instantly we already have the ultimate again. It's really nice. Like I said, having Sparxie is good because of the punchline generation, but if you don't, the Elation MC is a very good substitute, and the overall damage provided from Yao Guang is still extremely good. So we're gonna get right here, boom, owl, whatever, right? Debuff, dispel, universal passive, and then we're gonna get another further energy regeneration. And because Huohuo has the little divine propagation right here, every time we use an ultimate, we heal. So just synergistically, the team runs extremely well, and I'm very happy with how the team functions as a whole. That's gonna be all. We're not gonna finish the entirety. Oh, I'll do this instance, right? You can see the damage numbers are crazy. 2.4. But yeah, I'm gonna stop right there, so you guys have a rough base idea as to the overall capability of the team without Sparxie. Tomorrow's video will be entirely without Yao Guang, and we'll see how the team competes overall in terms of not only damage, but how Silverwolf herself is going to be functioning. And keep in mind, again, all this is E0 S1. I will be doing an E2 S1, and I will be like progression damage wise as we get to that point.